Welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KVHC, County Ag and Turf, Holton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson & Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Caribou High School as we get set for this doubleheader on WHOU with the Caribou Vikings hosting the MDI Trojans. Steve Carmichael joined by Bobby Russell, John Humphrey on the camera, Tim Youngfellow, our producer, back at the station, set for our J. McLaughlin Construction pregame show. Talk about these two teams, Bobby. We'll start with the home team, Caribou, number 11 in Class B, currently with a record of 2-3, and coming off a loss against John Baps, tough loss at home, and right now they're looking to right the ship, and, well, what better way to get a victory over the defending champion, MDI Trojans?
Well, certainly, as you mentioned, there are some big heel points on the line. MDI's rattled off 5 wins in a row after dropping their opener, so they perennial team, and be a good win here for the Vikings today.
Yeah, the freshman Selena Savage and then the senior Paige Espling really are providing that dynamic duo for head coach Kayla Brown.
Well, they are. Selena Savage coming on the scene as a freshman. Real heady basketball player, obviously the younger sister of Dane and Donovan, who starred here at Viking Nation. And Paige Espling, now a senior, has really been a difference maker in the middle for the Vikings.
On the other side for the MDI Trojans, as you mentioned, they are a perennial team. They're always in the mix near the top of the standings. Right now they're number 6 with a record of 5-1. Head coach Brent Barker lost a lot of talent from last year, but they do bring back, you got Leah Carroll, they have Rochelle Swanson, Olivia Gray, who got some minutes off the bench last season. And while we expect MDI to be competitive no matter what roster they throw out on the floor.
Well, that's exactly right. Rochelle Swanson, the lone returning starter from that team. But as you mentioned, Olivia Gray got some valuable minutes throughout the course of the entire season for the Trojans. So, Coach Barker always has a good team. He uses the kitchen sink. He'll do whatever he needs to do to try to get a W, whether it's full court pressure, half court pressure, switching up defenses in the half court, whether it's zone or man. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, and he's got his team there year in and year out, and that goes back many, many years throughout this decade.
Of course, last year they lost Hannah Chamberlain, Alexis Clarito, Julia Watrous as well have graduated, but still competitive, 5-1. They're coming off a victory against the MCI Huskies, so MDI, they're going to be right in the thick of things.
Well, he was talking to me earlier, a little bit more than just golf, but we were talking golf.
Yeah, he talked a lot of golf.
But he was saying that the start of their season, at 5-1, dropped one to Holton on the road in the opener, but it really set up nice for the young team. Games that he thought they should win, they have won. Picked up a nice win over John Baps as well. So he feels that his team's gaining a little more confidence each time they step on the floor.
Yeah, this game was originally scheduled to be held at 1 o'clock, but due to the postponements from yesterday's games, when Caribou was supposed to host Ellsworth due to the freezing rain, wintry mix that came around the area yesterday, the game got pushed back to 3 o'clock. The boys will follow this one at 4:30. So we look forward to a good doubleheader for you on WHOU. We'll send it down to the floor. We'll meet the starting lineups, brought to you by the County Federal Credit Union.
Sportsmanship and high school athletics. And now let's meet the participants in today's contest. First, the non-starters for MDI, a freshman, number 3, Molly Ritter. A sophomore, number 13, Emily Carter. A sophomore, number 15, Grace Witham. A senior, number 21, Lexi Rich. A junior, number 25, Abby Farley. A junior, number 35, Olivia Joyce. And a junior, number 45, Hannah Joy. And then on starters for Caribou, a senior, number 3, Renee Stubbs. A sophomore, number 4, Mia Terrio. A senior, number 5, Taylor Skidgel. A sophomore, number 10, Gabby Sutherland. A freshman, number 12, Ashlyn Bouchard. A freshman, number 22, Nevaeh Trombley. And a senior, number 33, Abby Robbins. And today's starters, from MDI, a sophomore, number 11, Elena Alderman. From Caribou, a freshman, number 15, Selena Savage. From MDI, a sophomore, number 23, Leah Carroll. From Caribou, a junior, number 24, Emily Collins. From MDI, a sophomore, number 31, Olivia Gray. From Caribou, a senior, number 2, Kim Susi. From MDI, a senior, number 33, Rochelle Swanson. From Caribou, a senior, number 23, Taylor Lebret. From MDI, a sophomore, number 43, Elizabeth Jones. And from Caribou, senior captain, number 14, Paige Espling. MDI is coached by Brent Barker. He's assisted by May Dow and Shannon Wiggin. Caribou is coached by Kayla Brown. She's assisted by Mark Weeks. The officials for today's game are Mr. Turner, Mr. Duff, and Mr. Porter. I now invite you to please stand while Caribou High School sophomore Afton Marker and Caribou High School senior Isaac Marker sing our national anthem. We respectfully ask that all fans remove their hats during the singing of the anthem.
All right, just about set for tip-off between Caribou and MDI. A nice rendition of the national anthem by Afton and Isaac Marker, who we hear from in the boys' game following this one.
Very well done. Brother and sister tandem.
Caribou starts Lebrecht, Collins, Savage, Espling, and Susi. MDI will start Alderman, Carroll, Gray, Swanson, and Jones. Officials are Mr. Turner, Mr. Duff, and Mr. Porter. It'll be Jones and Espling to tip it off at center. And the tip will be controlled by the Caribou Vikings. As we mentioned, Caribou get called for a travel there, but between Espling, LeBrec, and Robbins, who comes off the bench, that's quite a bit of size to match up with.
That's certainly the strength of, or one of the strengths of the Vikings is their size and the depth of size. You just mentioned, Abby Robbins comes off the bench. She provides some size as well. This is a matchup. LeBrec starting on Swanson. If she can pull her out away from the basket, that's going to help them on the inside. Nice job there. Little diagonal pass, and Jones finishes early.
Yeah, nice look there from Olivia Gray. Sophomore-dominated lineup for the Trojans. As we got a chance to watch Gray. Got plenty of minutes as a freshman. Now inserted into the starting lineup this season as LeBrec's 15-footer is off the mark. Espling tried to keep it alive, and Jones will have the task of boxing her out.
But you can see the focal point of the defense. When the ball went inside to Paige Espling, and she was triple-teamed, make her get rid of it.
Shot missed there. Caribou, minute in, still scoreless. Savage at the mid-post. Free throw line, Selena Savage. We'll go over to Kimmy Susi.
You can see they're really making a concerted effort. That time it's Gray coming from the weak side to tip the pass away. Caribou really trying to get the ball inside to Espling. Maybe have to get something going from the outside first to open it up for her.
Alderman, just inside the arc, knocks it down.
Good start for the Trojans. Couple buckets in the early goings. Kind of always wonder about the longer trip. Maybe bus legs, sat around for a couple JV games, but the Trojans, good start.
2 for 3 to start their game as Savage with it across the arc.
You're going to have to get some more movement. Certainly want to get the ball into Paige Espling, but right now, the defense, MDI, well aware.
Savage from way downtown wouldn't go. Gray in transition finds Swanson. Can't finish the bunny. And Swanson, though, will get the miss. Still underneath the basket, guarded by LeBrec. We'll kick it back out to Leah Carroll. Euro steps into the bucket, but blocked away by Espling. Now Jones looking for the putback, knocked away by Susi. They're going to say it went off of Carroll, and it'll be Caribou ball.
No, they're going to reverse that.
And they do. So we'll stay MDI basketball. Good. Swanson.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12 passenger limousines and a 20 passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
She tried to outlet the ball up the left side to Susi, but I don't know if her knee gave out or her ankle gave away. they're potentially maybe going to wave the trainer on here. Here he comes.
It looks like.
Yes, no, that was just a fluke thing. She turned around looking for the basketball, and don't know if it was her ankle or knee that gave way.
We apologize for some camera difficulties. I think we have it all sorted out now.
Where's Ricky?
Poor John. As it looks like Susie will be able to slowly walk off the floor with the help of the athletic trainer from Caribou, Coach Brown. So 4:59 to go, first quarter.
And that will get Ashlyn Bushard into the game.
Another freshman.
Look for big things from the combination of Bushard and Savage, two freshmen.
It'll be Swanson with it, crossing center court, over to Alderman. Screen set by Lexi Rich, who's checked in. Baseline cut, they find Alderman with the left hand, wouldn't go. But she'll get two at the line.
That's just a nice back screen. I believe it was Swanson set it. As Alderman curled around, find her on that opposite low side block.
First one goes for Alderman. It was 1 for 2. The rebound fought for. Taken out of there by Rich.
Well, Swanson kept it alive, and then Rich able to bring it in.
Shot on the way doesn't go for Carroll. 4.5 remaining first quarter. Still a 2-point advantage for MDI. Bouchard shut off from the baseline. Espling has it. Goes to Lebrecq at the elbow. Now Emily Collins. Savage gets a screen. Will let it fly. Off the mark. Rebound tipped. And it'll be a tie-up between Lebrecq and Rich. Possession error will favor the Trojans. And a 30-second timeout called by Caribou. We'll take it with them. 2-point advantage for MDI. Back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
You know, it's not a coincidence that these slip-ups follow him. Rub the camera's first year on the job. Router.
Back on WHOU. 4:05 to go first quarter. MDI with the basketball leading by 2. Alderman left wide open for the jumper. Cans it.
Well, Vikings going to challenge her on that possession and knock one down, and she does there. Somebody going to have to at least contest a little.
That was a three-pointer. 8-3. Bouchard trying to answer. It's too strong. Collins on the weak side. Now double teamed on the offensive rebound. Throws it away. Intercepted by Swanson. Up the center of the floor. Looking for Gray in transition off her fingertips over to the Vikings. First time in Caribou this season, Bobby, but we don't leave this gym for a full week.
Well, it's our schedule maker has set us up. We started over there in your nation, Wildcatville, and now we will be here for quite a few games in a row.
Well, we got the MDI game as Bouchard with the runner.
Tough shot there from Ashlyn Bouchard. Put the ball on the floor, floater over the side of the rim.
The Ellsworth games that were rescheduled, they are now on New Year's Day. And then Saturday, Washington Academy makes the trip north to play Caribou. Savage couldn't bank it home.
That was a good push of the basketball. Got a decent look. You can tell when she gets her hands on the ball, the rest of the Vikings can run with her. They're going to create some opportunities in the open floor.
8-5 is your score, 2:35 on the clock. Swanson misfires. And Lebrecht corrals the board, and a reach-in call on MDI.
That's one that you don't want to pick up. 84 feet from your opponent's basket, just reaching in on a rebound.
MDI foul on number 31, Olivia Gray.
Went on Olivia Gray, her first.
It's tempting to reach in there. Maybe you think you might be able to get it, but certainly don't want to pick that foul up. Going to the double high post here. A little change in the offensive scheme.
Underneath, deep post position for Lebrecht. She fades away, doesn't go. And the board down to Carroll.
A version of high-low. Espling pops out. Lebrecht curls down.
Jumper on the way here for MDI by Carter. Rims out. They get into Alderman, left open again, makes another one.
Well, that time there was at least a hand coming out after her, but knocked down 2 in a row.
(11-5) your score. Minute 45 to go first quarter. Savage. Over to Bouchard. Screen from Lebrecht. Little pick and fade. Lebrecht across the arc will launch it. Too strong, and the rebound caroms over to Rich. Trying to find Carroll, the pass was a bit high. We'll go back over to Caribou.
Well, that was always going to be a tough one, even if she's able to bring it in. Going to be under the basket when she catches it.
Savage. Espling. Kicks it back out to Savage. And we're going to travel call on Selena Savage.
Well, I thought they might have got away with a travel in the post. Like Espling shuffled her feet as well, but
score update from Presque Isle. The Wildcats lead Ellsworth at the end of one quarter, 12-2. So the Presque Isle Wildcats off to a good start, about 13 miles south of here.
Puts a smile on your face.
Coach Hudson looking for win number 403. There's a 3-second call on MDI here. And the Ellsworth Eagles, they come up play Caribou on New Year's Day. We'll have those games for you on WHOU. Bouchard spins into the lane, kicks it out Savage. Trailing by 6 are the Vikings. Now a steal. Alderman.
And she's been everywhere here in this first quarter. Knocked down a couple threes. That time picks up the steal on the entry pass.
Alderman goes through her legs out of play. Get turnover.
Yeah, that was a little too low for her to handle.
Savage. Bounce pass. Espling, 10-footer, good.
That's a tough matchup. And Paige Espling can step out in that short corner about 10 feet away. And beautiful form on the shot and knock him down.
Rich can't answer. 10 seconds to go first quarter. Savage. Up a crossover. Spins at the elbow. Trying to find a gap. Blocked away by Carroll. Down to Espling. Too strong off the window. And that will do it for one quarter of play. MDI leads 11-7. We're back in 60 seconds for the second quarter after this on WHOU.
Be good for Nana, okay? I love you. That's not me.
A moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. CountyFCU.org.
Want that special item for this year's high school basketball season to show your team support? Cushman & Sons, locally owned and operated in Presque Isle, has team sportswear and will do custom embroidery, screen printing, logo design, digital and printing, as well as banners, decals, and other vinyl works. Cushman & Sons also can design trophies, awards, and add specialty items. Cushman & Sons, 764-3833 or CushmanandSonsInc.com. And don't forget to visit and like their Facebook page. If you can think it, Cushman & Sons will say, yeah, we can do that.
Back on WHOU as we get set for the second quarter break as the referee places the ball down. Caribou just getting out of the huddle, trailing by 4. They do get it in to Savage. Savage will let it fly for 3, is off to the right. Savage was a bit shaken up at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, on the drive there to finish the quarter, I don't know if she landed funny or maybe got bumped, but as you say, shaken up, a little slower getting over to the huddle. Could have been part of the reason why the Vikings were a little bit slow getting out of the intermission.
Alderman once again flips it up and in.
Having herself a game here.
She's already up to 11 points. 11 of the 13, the other 2 from Elizabeth Jones, but yeah, Alderman scored 11 in a row for MDI.
Well, and remember, Jones went out with about 5:22, one of their starters, with the 2 quick fouls. We haven't seen her back yet.
Number 10, Gabby Sutherland.
Sutherland is in for Savage. Stay with Caribou. (13-7) the score. MDI leading. Espling over to Sutherland across the arc for 3. Left it short, and Olivia Gray, the sophomore, with it for MDI. In transition, pass just a bit too short for Carroll to handle cleanly.
It's the right idea, though. Good look. Trojans really looking to, when they can, get out and run the floor.
Espling fires it over to Bouchard. Buries the triple, and she's fouled.
Tough shot there, too, from Bouchard. Looked like she was fading away into the corner of the floor. It's going to be, I believe, Lexi Rich picking up the foul. I don't know if that's going to be after the shot, so it's not going.
Yeah, they're saying 1-1, but it's only the 16 foul.
It won't be 1-1. It's going to be out of bounds. It was after the shot. It was. Which, I guess if you're Caribou, I would take the out of bounds as opposed to the 1 free throw.
So it's 13-10. Espling receives the pass. Back to Bouchard, drives baseline, a runner, up and in. So a 5-point possession for Bouchard.
Do we have, Stevie, a microwave alert coming off the bench? 5 quick ones.
You might.
Ashlyn Bouchard.
Yeah, she already got 7 points in the game, had 2 in that first quarter. Alderman spins in. That's 13 in a row for Alderman. It's 15-12.
How about it, young lady? Put them on your shoulders.
Lebrec. Well, Sutherland tries to lob it to Espling. Gray was there to knock it loose, still loose. And picked up by Lebrec. He's swinging around. Collins will let it fly from deep, off the mark. Long rebound tracked down by Sutherland. Trying to find Lebrec off an Alderman sneaker. It'll stay with the Vikings.
Number 33, Rochelle Swanson.
Swanson is in for Rich. Comes into Lebrec. Her jumper was too strong. In the corner, a 3-pointer from Carter. It doesn't go. Offensive board down to Carroll. We'll kick it back out to Carter. They'll swing it around the horn to Alderman at the elbow. Flips the pass over to Gray. They'll hand off to Swanson. Nice look. 10-footer from Carter. Rims out, and Espling takes it out of the air and outlets it to Bouchard. Now to Collins. Off the window, doesn't go. Stolen away by Bouchard, and she's fouled inside the lane.
Oh, Ashlyn Bouchard providing a nice spark for the Vikings. Just took it away. It's foul on going back up, earned herself the couple free throws.
And Bouchard makes the first. Savage back in for Sutherland.
Probably a couple minutes of game clock. She went out.
And the second one up and in as well for Bouchard. Already up to 9 points. It's been Bouchard against Alderman in the second quarter. Nice defense by Collins, knocks it off of Carroll.
I think Carroll would beg to differ, but it's going the other way.
3 minutes into the second quarter. Bouchard banks that one in.
Well, no hesitation. She knew she was going to let it fly when she caught it. Check the time of day, Stevie. After hours.
It's now a 2-point advantage for the Vikings. Alderman with the answer.
Oh, I'll tell you. What an offensive performance by her as well. Had her third triple.
That is her third three. She is up to 16 of the 18 points for MDI. Savage in the paint, the runner. Espling will save it, but her foot was out of play. We'll go back over to the Trojans. And we got a timeout called here by MDI, and we'll take it with them. 1 point advantage for the Trojans. 4:21 to go in the second quarter. We're back in 30 seconds on WHOU. One-point advantage for MDI and the basketball. Bit of a defensive adjustment for the Vikings here out of the timeout.
Well, they went with the 1-2-2 half-court trap. MDI gets the ball inside, unable to convert.
We get a foul call here on Swanson.
Who is it again but Ashlyn Bouchard? Nice rip through on the right side. Try to get down on the baseline. They're going to go with 1-on-1, no shooting foul.
As Rich is checking in for Swanson. That was her third foul.
Number 21, Lexi Rich.
Makes the first.
She's got the couple dribbles and goes right into the shot. Perfect 3 for 3. I don't think any of them have hit the iron. That one caught a little, but nonetheless, down through.
Caribou retakes the lead by 1. Olivia Gray spots up for 3 and buries it.
Good ball reversal that time. Defense doesn't react in time.
21-19, MDI leading. Bouchard. Back iron, missed 3 there. Espling falls to the ground. That'll be a travel. Reminder, the boys' game will follow this one.
Vikings going to show the 1-2-2 half-court trap again.
They're working around the perimeter. Gray goes back to Alderman. Carroll, floater, up over the iron and rolls in.
Well, that's a good possession that time for MDI. Used the reversal of the ball, got it into the high post, and Carroll just took it at the interior players of the Vikings.
Post entry pass deflected and stolen. And Savage will commit the foul in the backcourt. Only the second team foul on the Vikings.
Caribou foul on number 15, Selena Savage. Entering the game for Caribou, number 33,
Abby Robbins checks in for Taylor Lebrecht. Carter has it, kicks it out. Alderman rips it through, goes left. Guarded by Bouchard. In the corner is Carter. Alderman lobs a pass back to Carter. And we're going to get a hand check call on Savage.
There's two quick ones on her. See what Coach Brown decides to do. Both of the same variety, using the hands.
Carter will trigger it in. Alderman. 2:25 remaining second quarter. It's a 4-point lead for MDI.
With the height advantage that Caribou has over MDI, MDI is not afraid to put all 5 players out on the perimeter, which actually sort of gives them an advantage offensively, pulling Espling, pulling Robbins out away from the basket.
Gray, tough look there, wouldn't go. Board down to Carter. She's swatted by Espling. And it's down to Savage on the fast break, the freshman. We'll bring it back out. Now crossover, drive baseline, bounces the pass to Espling. Quadruple team, finds Savage, baseline jumper, back iron, no good, but Espling is there for the putback.
Well, that was a nice tip. Abby Robbins didn't have position, but long enough arms to tip it right to Espling.
Carroll underneath, off the window, doesn't fall. And out of bounds, it'll be Caribou basketball.
I like how MDI is attacking, though. They're not saying, hey, we're not going to bring it inside. They keep trying to pound it in there. Try to pick up some fouls on the bigs for Caribou.
Bouchard. Tough look, blocked away by Gray. Still loose. Scooped up by Bouchard. Now out to Savage. Pulls up from 15. Rattles out.
That was a nice up fake. Created some space. Well, it looked like, I believe it was Carroll got hit on the shot, but
just over a minute remaining in the second quarter. Rich, free throw line J, no good. Back the other way. Tipped up in the air by MDI. It'll stay with the Vikings. Robbins passes into Savage. Mid-range jumper, back iron. Rebound down to MDI. It'll be Lexi Rich.
Well, Savage has had a couple clean looks the last 2 possessions. She'll get those to fall.
Can't quite find the range at the moment, but as you mentioned, Savage, very good shooter. Gray out to Alderman. Thought about it. Drives right. Little floater. Spins in and then out.
Well, that's the only thing that's gone wrong for her here in this first half. It was halfway down and came back out.
So 23 seconds left. A 2-point lead for MDI. Caribou with the basketball. That was deflected by Rich and then off of Collins.
Nice hands there by Rich to break the pass up. Creates an extra possession for them. Unaware.
Yeah, nobody's going to take a look. As Alderman let it fly, but time ran out. That does it for the first half. The score 23-21. So MDI right now on a 5-game winning streak. Caribou looking to get in the winning column after a few losses in a row. Right now, anybody's ball game going into the second half.
Well, it certainly is, and both ball clubs are going to have to find a second option to put some points on the board. Both teams rely on Caribou on Ashlyn Bouchard, MDI on Elena Alderman to provide the majority of the scoring. Others will have to step up in the second half.
As you mentioned, Alderman leading the way with 16 points. Bouchard on the other side with 14 for Caribou. We'll take a 3-minute break. We come back. We'll have our Katahdin Trust Company halftime show. The score at the half, 23-21. MDI leading Caribou. We're back in 3 minutes on WHOU.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
Katahdin Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on main care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
Madigan Healthcare Services provides a continuum of healthcare, from skilled nursing facility, rehab therapy, to home healthcare.
After 5 days in the hospital, they suggested that I come to the Madigan. The level of care, the service, the respect that they showed me, even the aftercare, everything about it was really excellent, and I feel healthy. So the services that I've received at the Madigan have enabled me to get back to those things that I really love to do.
Get a jump on your future by exploring your possibilities at Northern Maine Community College. The team of faculty and staff at NMCC will position you for a lifetime of success. With over 35 degree and certificate programs, including our newest offerings in water treatment technology, you will be amazed at how quickly your new skills will open a world of opportunity. Visit us online today at nmcc.edu. Northern Maine Community College. Succeed here.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. We stand ready to serve all your new and used heavy equipment needs. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support and around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our certified technicians and parts specialists alongside our product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
County.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at thecounty.me.
Back on WHOU, 23-21 is your score at the half, with the MDI Trojans leading the Caribou Vikings. Some first half numbers for you. Ashlyn Bouchard led Caribou with 14 points, Paige Espling with 7. On the other side for MDI, Elena Alderman with 16 points, Olivia Gray with 3, Leah Carroll and Elizabeth Jones with 2. So, as you heard there, yeah, a player in double figures, one for each team, and well, Alderman and Bouchard, they put on quite a show in that first half.
Well, they certainly did. Alderman came out, provided the early punch for MDI, knocking down 3 from behind the arc. Bouchard had a 3 ball But hers was a little bit more driving towards the basket, those floaters on the baseline. But either way, they were the scoring punch for both ball clubs. And, Caribou definitely made a concerted effort to try to get the ball inside. MDI, a real nice job being aware, certainly, of trying to keep the ball out of Paige Espling's hands. And Bushard really stepped up. Will they close out more on Bushard, open it up for Espling? We'll have to see what Coach Barker wants to do on that side. For Caribou, they just got to be aware of where Alderman is. And the MDI willingness to get out on the fast break anytime they can. You see, they just take off and run, and they're not afraid to kick it out for the three-point shot in transition. So be aware and close out.
Score update over in Presque Isle. The Wildcats lead Ellsworth 24-15 at the half. As well, the MDI Ellsworth doubleheader weekend kind of got messed up by Mother Nature as the freezing rain and called it the day before, didn't make the trip up, and
that's not the first time. I think a couple years ago when they were supposed to come up here, it also Mother Nature intervened.
I say it wasn't really anything of snow accumulation, but pulled out of my driveway yesterday at about 1:30, going about 5 miles an hour, and my vehicle, which is all-wheel drive, ended up fishtailing, and it wasn't good out. Wasn't pretty outside, but so now it'll be games today. Ellsworth takes on Presque Isle today. MDI taking on Caribou, which was originally scheduled on the Saturday slate, and now MDI and Ellsworth will make another trip up to the county on New Year's Day, January 1st, to take on MDI. Will play Presque Isle. Ellsworth will play Caribou. We will be back in Caribou on Wednesday to have those games for you. No JV games. It's 2:30 and 4 o'clock. And really that Ellsworth Caribou boys game, I think, is one that a lot of people are looking forward to, Bobby.
Well, I think you're right. In regards to players coming back from both of last year's ball clubs, they were probably two of the top 3 or 4 teams everybody looked at in the Class B ranks as being contenders this year. And both ball clubs off to a good start. Caribou undefeated at this point. I think Ellsworth with just maybe the one blemish in their opener. But both ball clubs right there. They bring the Curtis brothers along with Darby Berry back for them. And, of course, Caribou brings back 4 starters, only graduating Austin Finland from last year's ball club, although those are big shoes that he left to be filled.
Yeah, the Caribou boys had a very sluggish opener against Orono, but since then they've rallied off quite a few victories, winning by an average of nearly 31 points per game.
An average in 77.
Averaging 77 points per game. So we know Caribou can really fill up the score sheet, but we also know that Justin Norwood will have a defensive game plan put in place.
Oh, there's no question. MDI plays with as much defensive intensity as any team there is. And, the one thing I like about them is they all cheer for each other. They're up. He runs in, or he always has, run in, 4 or 5 kids off the bench. And that just makes practice that much better because you're going to get to play. You're going to practice harder. You're rooting for your teammates. It's really special to watch them play with the intensity that they play.
Well, I remember back in I can't remember which year it was where MDI went to the state championship, but with Riley Swanson, Aaron Smirkowski.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago. They real impressive to watch. Just the style that they play, and they always are a very deep team with plenty of players that come in off the bench and. Well, Justin Norwood, a terrific coach that they have down on the island.
He's developed a tremendous program. But, tall task here today with the Vikings on the roll that they are on. They're certainly a team to be reckoned with. And how do you slow them down? I don't really know. I guess you have to play some good defense, box out. Don't let them get out in transition. They just love to run so much. As we saw last year, they use that outlet pass, the 40-foot outlet pass, as well as anybody. So you really have to dictate the tempo and not let them have as many possessions as they want.
Yeah, we'll have Caribou and MDI boys to follow this game. But the second half, Bobby, what are you looking for?
Well, again, it's can either team establish a second or a third player on the offensive side of the basketball and open it up a little bit more? Right now, if I were both coaches, I'd be keying on Alderman on the defensive side for Presque Isle. And if I were on MDI's side, I know Bushard didn't start, but as soon as she comes into the game, you got to be aware of where she is. Make others step up and beat you.
Yeah, when Bouchard comes in, she's looking for her shot, and really paid off in that first half. She kept Caribou in the game. She had 14 of the 21 points. Paige Espling had the other 7. And as you mentioned, Alderman was 16 of the 23 points for MDI.
And certainly, for MDI, they've been trying to get out on the open floor. Maybe they can create a little bit more offensively through their defense, trying to limit the touches inside, get out and run, create some offense that way.
MDI will have Alderman, Swanson, Carroll, Jones, and Gray out there to start the third quarter.
And Bouchard is going to get the start. Remember, Kimmy Susi went down with that. We still don't really know, a leg injury of some sort. Has not been back in, so Bouchard gets the nod.
Bouchard, Savage, Espling, Lebrecq, and Collins for Caribou.
Looks like we see somewhat of a change-up, a 2-3 zone. Or actually, is it going to be a box and one maybe? It looks like Collins is shadowing Carroll.
Gray left open for three. Left it short, trying to track down the miss, saves it, but right to Selena Savage. Savage back the other way, stops 15 feet away. Working around the horn. Bouchard again, starts the third like she ended the first half.
Yeah, she picks up where she left off. She wanted the ball too, Stevie. She was calling for it. Defense does not react in time.
Gray pulls up from mid-range and buries it.
And I believe, we've only seen it twice, but it looks like a box and one on Carroll.
Well, Leah Carroll is one of the higher scorers on the MDI team, according to the Big East statistics that came out a couple days ago. But only in that first half, just had the 2 points. Savage pivoting away from her defender, couldn't finish. And the board down to Gray. With a 1 point lead, they go to Swanson, corner pocket for three.
And again, getting out in the open floor, find Swanson in the corner. A couple big buckets here to start for MDI.
Swanson played really well in the tournament last year at the Cross Insurance Center.
And she sat out part of that second quarter, picking up the 3 fouls.
Backcourt violation called here. I can't remember which player was close to breaking the 3-point record at tournament last year, whether it was Swanson or Chamberlain. I can't remember.
I'm going to go with Chamberlain, but you could be right. I'm not 100% sure. And that's Gray on the right side, so offense is clicking for MDI here. And we mentioned somebody else maybe than Alderman, and they've gotten multiple kids in the book here early in the third quarter.
Bouchard launches. A bit too strong that time. Carroll in transition goes over to Alderman, just inside the arc. Up top to Gray, just hit one. Doesn't let another one fly, but Alderman will. Misses there. Tie-up arrow favors the Vikings.
You can see the willingness, though, for MDI. Let the ball go from behind the arc here in the early going.
Bouchard with it at the elbow. Pass intercepted by Alderman, intended for Savage. One-on-one, Alderman on Savage, lays it up and in.
That's a nice strong take. Savage not wanting to pick up a third foul. Alderman possibly recognizing that. Strong to the hoop, 9-point lead. Trojans.
Timeout called by Caribou. We'll take it with head coach Kayla Brown. It's now a 9-point lead for MDI. Back in 30 seconds on WHOU.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
Back at Caribou High School.
This is the first time we've seen MDI extend the defense. It's like a 2-2-1 that they're going to throw at the Vikings.
Yeah, talking to head coach Barker before the game, in between golf discussions, he did mention that he would throw about 5 or 6 different defenses out there.
And that's this foul here is going to go on Swanson. She's going to pick up her 4th here with 5:30 to go in the third quarter.
But according to you guys, he is quite the golfer.
He is an extremely good golfer. Low single digits. Hammers the ball.
Right around our territory, Bobby. Not quite Cleves, but our territory.
Well, he'll get there someday.
Savage at the block. Misses. Espling Also misses.
Well, that's the long arms of Espling. You can block her out, but you really got to push her back. Otherwise, she's still going to be able to get her hands on the ball some of these times. MDI winds up traveling in the lane, giving it back to the Vikings. Yeah, he does well, but,
He's not my Freeman Award winner.
No.
That was Ralph. It always will be Ralph. Savage. We'll have to get Coach Barker up here for the Spudlin some year. We should. Try to convince him. In the lane, Bouchard, the runner, rims out. Espling once again on the glass. Her putback wouldn't fall either.
It's a good strong move by Bouchard. Nice rebound by Espling. Maybe she uses the bounce, gets herself out from underneath the basket, creates an angle.
Rebound off the miss. Savage on a 2-on-1 with Collins. Bounce pass. Too strong off the window. Collins looking once again, can't get the roll. And the tie-up arrow favors MDI. So since the three-pointer by Bouchard to start the third quarter, the Vikings have gone cold. It's 33-24, 4:20 remaining third quarter.
And you can see after MDI came out and put the 10 quick ones on the board, the box is not there anymore. Back to man-to-man defense. Looks like they're going to get Emily Collins tagging Carroll along the baseline.
It's just her first. There's the only real person in foul trouble, as you mentioned, Rochelle Swanson with 4. Underneath, Jones met by Espling.
That's a nice drop step into the center. It's just not every day you're going to face Paige Espling standing there 6 feet tall with arms probably extending up to 8 feet.
LeBrecq has it poked away by Carroll, but a foul called. Second foul on Carroll, second on MDI as well.
It looked like a kick ball there. Alderman's got a little grin on her face, realizing she got away with one.
Jones once again met by Espling, and yeah, as you mentioned, not every day you're going to meet somebody with Paige Espling who's 6'2".
Nope, that's an eraser. Send it back.
Carroll will kick it out to Alderman. Now Gray. 3.5 remaining third quarter. 9-point lead for the Trojans. Little give and go. Underneath, great look to Jones. She'll try it again. This time over Espling.
You know what? I love it. Unintimidated. Taking it right back up at him. Knowing, though, this time, so she fades away a little bit, creates enough space to get it to go off the window.
Lead up to double digits. Bouchard. Triple came up short. Collins couldn't save it. So this is an important time of the game here for Caribou. They can't let MDI get too far out in front.
Well, you can mark it down almost each and every game, especially when there was this close to 2-point lead at halftime. The first 3 to 4 minutes of the third quarter are always so important. Can one team pull away maybe? Or do you keep it close? And right now, MDI is on the pull-away side of that. LeBrecq got out in the passing lane, and Carter mishandles it. But the Vikings going to have to find a way to put the ball in the basket. Whether they go inside, they're struggling right now a little bit from behind the arc.
LeBrecq buries the 15-footer.
It's a good flash to the high post. Good square up. Knocks it down.
Trapped in the corner is Alderman, and a foul call on LeBrecq.
Well, they had her buried close to the 5-second violation, and then the bailout.
Carroll in the paint, left-handed runner, misses. Down to Savage. Espling gets around her defender. Couldn't get the roll. And a foul on the rebounding action goes on, I believe, Jones.
That could be Jones or Gray. They were both there. We'll have to see what they decide. 4-3, so it will be Jones.
I don't know why you doubt me.
Well, I know. But, when you don't take the class, I'm never 100% sure what you're going to come up with. Espling working at it. The putback. When she catches it that low, a lot of times she's either going to convert or pick up a foul on the opposing team.
Score update from Wildcat Nation. The Cats up by 11 at the end of 3 quarters. 37-26 over Ellsworth.
They've been on a roll as well since.
I think surprising a lot of people.
I believe you're correct. I think everybody believed they were going to be in the mix, but maybe not.
I think the win over Waterville put a lot of people on notice.
Open the eyes. Yep, absolutely. And I think they might like to have that Old Town game back.
Yep.
Not being the opener of the season. But.
There's a foul called in the interior here.
Is that one going to go on? Elizabeth Jones picks up her 4th. 2 quick ones here. So
Swanson and Jones.
They've both been plagued with foul trouble.
As Rich will enter the ball game. 35-28, minute 20 to go, 3rd quarter. MDI leading. Lebrec across the arc. Will swing it to Collins. Lob pass to Espling. Pass was a bit too high for her to handle, surprisingly, with her.
Yeah, she had a nice target there, too. Yeah. Actually, it hit her in the hand. She just couldn't bring it in. Bobbled the pass a little. Otherwise, she's going to be able to lay it in.
Hand off to Savage. Under a minute to go now in the 3rd. Savage crosses over at the free throw line. Picks her dribble up. Kicks it over to Lebrec. Finds herself open and knocks down the jumper.
Well, she's knocked down one from the right side, now the left side. Developing that 15-foot range shot. A couple big buckets from Taylor Lebrec. Closes it to 5.
Alderman thought about it. Goes over to Carter. Now Gray. Misfires. Espling will outlet it to Savage. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd. Savage isolates, spins towards the baseline. Tough look. Can't get it to fall. Ball still loose. And a tie-up. Possession arrow favors the Vikings.
I got to love the hustle. Getting after it on the floor. Saves the possession. 9.5 for the Vikings to get one off.
So it was an 11-point lead. At one point it was 35-24, but since then a little 6-0 run for the Vikings. Get it back to within 5. Espling goes to the block, puts up the shot. Wouldn't fall. Savage the board, kicks it out Lebrec. 2 seconds to go. They got to get a shot off. Savage will let it fly. Misses, and that will do it for 3 quarters of play. MDI still leading 35-30. We got a good 4th quarter upcoming. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
The SW Collins Company is the only Makita Pro Center in Maine, which means we have access to all the latest tools that Makita has to offer. Our factory-trained employees are ready to make sure that you have the right tool for any project. With over 180 tools, Makita has the largest cordless offering with a single battery platform in the industry. And don't forget, we are also a Makita authorized service dealer. For sales, service, and the largest selection of quality Makita tools, go where the builders go, the SW Collins Company.
It's never too early to start planning for your future, whether that means protecting your family with life insurance, college planning, or starting to save for retirement. I want to help you get started.
Regardless of your age, it's important to start planning for your financial future now. And as you inch closer to retirement, it's important for you to protect your assets, your retirement income, and your family.
Thompson Hamel has many tools available to help you chart your course on your financial roadmap. Thompson Hamel, LLC. Your family, your future.
Michael and Bobby Russell, happy to be with you on this Saturday afternoon as we enter the evening and Good fourth quarter upcoming with MDI leading Caribou by 5 as Olivia Gray throws it away. But they're going to come together and might change the call here. We're going to keep it with the Trojans.
Big day of sports, Stevie. Not just here in the county, but college football playoffs.
It starts at 8 o'clock tonight, I believe, with
4 o'clock.
4.
The first one's at 4.
8 o'clock is the game that you guys care about.
Well, you can care about both of them, but...
Carter into the paint. Goes out to Alderman. And Oklahoma and LSU's at 4, right? Am I right? Or
yes.
Yes,
I think so.
Carroll's shot is rejected by Espling. As Savage receives the loose ball all the way to the rim, lays it up no good. Kept alive by Espling. Sutherland, her jumper. And the board down to Olivia Gray.
Wow, nice block out there by Gray.
They swing it to Alderman, left wide open, 18 points in the game, can't make it 21. Offensive board to Rich, another block for Espling. She's going to have about 8 or 9 blocks in this game.
Yeah, she does such a great job just staying straight up.
Savage misses the jumper as it rims out. And a foul on the second chance opportunity. It's going to send Lebrecht to the line.
They couldn't turn the rejection into immediate offense, but an opportunity to knock a couple down from the free throw line. You notice Jones and Swanson up off the bench. Even with the 4 fouls, Coach Barker wants them in the game. Settle things down.
Lebrecht misses the first. But as you mentioned, Swanson, Jones in for Rich and Carter. Bouchard is in there for Sutherland.
And you know, when you have Paige Espling behind you defensively, it allows you to get out that much further on the perimeter, apply the pressure, because you know she's back there and going to negate a lot of opportunities.
Lebrecht missed the second, but a violation on MDI will give her one more. And she makes them pay by knocking down the free throw. 5 points in the game for Lebrecht, and the lead is 4 for MDI. Center of the floor is Leah Carroll. Swanson.
They tried to get it inside to her, but again, the effect of Espling being there, she mishandles it.
Shot was off the mark there by Bouchard.
Heads up play by Savage to get in there and tie up Alderman, as MDI could have been out to the races.
Wait for people in front of the camera to settle down and find their seat. Should have a clear vantage point now. Savage. Down low to Lebrecht. Trailing by 4. Lebrecht leans in. Nice post move by Taylor Lebrecht.
Well, she has Jones on her, and Jones with the 4 fouls definitely doesn't want to commit the 5th and just has to go straight up.
So it's a 9-0 run for the Vikings. Lebrecht now with the steal and a block call on Carroll.
And you know, that's not a bad foul at all. It slows us, gets a dead ball, slows them, the Vikings from getting out on the break.
So it's 35-33, 6:02 remaining. MDI leading. Caribou, though, with the basketball. Savage, three-pointer blocked by Alderman, but Espling is right there, but dragged the pivot foot and traveled.
Well, that would be the reason, because she did not go to the ground.
Full timeout called by head coach Barker. We'll take it with him. 2-point lead for MDI. Back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Holton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken, combination to vegetarian pizza, or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
From kitchen excellence to building damage, owning your own restaurant comes with a lot of liabilities.
Among drivers, vehicles, and business property, there's a lot of exposure.
If our equipment fails, we know United Insurance has us covered.
For us, finding the right words for marketing campaigns is simple. Finding the right insurance is not. That's why it's nice to know United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
The United Insurance has us covered.
United Insurance has us covered.
Back at Caribou High School on WHOU. 2-point lead for MDI in the basketball. 5:45 to play in the final stanza. As the crowd starts to really pile in here to catch the end of a great game.
Yeah, Savage just stayed with Gray. She's going to be out of bounds. Good defense there by Gray to stay in front, not commit the foul. Savage catches it out of bounds, but Savage is really hounding her, and she tried to cross over in front of her, left it in her hands.
To petition maybe Evan Graves to shut this runway off during
At a certain time?
Yeah.
Time frame?
Yeah.
Come up with a policy.
We'll have to. 2-point lead for MDI. Joking, obviously.
Well, half-heartedly anyway.
Yeah, kind of. Swanson underneath. Jones is wide open. Goes up with it, and they're going to say count it and the foul as Espling.
She took, I think it might have been a little forearm elbow to the stomach. Jones wanted to go back to the middle, but realizes Espling's there, turns to her left hand. Able to get the hoop with the foul. Conventional three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, big bucket for MDI as it stops the run for Caribou. It's a 9-0 run. Savage to Bouchard, faces up on her defender, drives baseline.
And that's a matchup that you'd think the Vikings would try to look to exploit is Jones on Lebrecht. She's got the 4 fouls and doesn't want to commit the 5th.
They find Savage at the free throw line. And there they get it to Lebrecht, deep post position. The shot put up no good. Espling there looking for the putback. Still a fight for it. And down to Elizabeth Jones.
And she did a nice job holding her ground that time.
Carroll, swing it to Gray. Down low to Jones. Little shimmy shake, up and in.
A little dream shake.
Little shimmy.
She wanted to go to the middle. The baby hook.
I wasn't going to know what the Hakeem shake.
Huh?
The dream shake.
The dream shake. Hakeem the Dream.
That's right. Bouchard. Lost the handle. Stays with the Vikings. Bouchard for 3 was off the mark there.
Well, they've gone to Jones now 2 possessions in a row. Let's see if they go 3. Coach Barker directing traffic. You got to be careful of the half-court line. She stepped on it.
Be a backcourt violation.
Coach Barker wanted him to spread the floor, run some clock. Unaware she was that close.
Full timeout for Caribou. We'll step aside as well. 60-second timeout, 39-33. MDI leads on WHOU.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant-retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
Herring Brothers Meats has been in business in the Central Maine area for over 100 years. They are a federal USDA plant that provides processing of beef, pork, lamb, and goat by appointment and is also MOFGA certified. Herring Brothers also has a full retail store able to cut to your needs. They offer beef, pork, chicken, specialty sausage, and their famous Wicked Good beef jerky.
Out.
(39-33) MDI leading with 3:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Caribou with the basketball. They make a set play for Bouchard. Couldn't cleanly handle the pass.
Yeah, they were trying to run the baseline for her in the weak corner. And then they try to get into Espling, goes through her hands, and Swanson's there. We'll see if the Trojans this time back it out and spread the floor. Get the look they want.
Swanson picks a dribble up, a tough spot looking for help, and a travel called on Swanson.
And she picked the dribble up. Got to go help her. You know, with Espling on Jones, if Jones comes out and pulls Espling away from the basket, that's going to create a lot of more space for MDI to work.
Lebrecht swings it to Bouchard. No hesitation for three. Back iron.
Let's see if they do that. Yeah, Coach Barker talks to Jones and says, come on outside.
Swanson.
And they only have to take the shots that they want. Nothing has to be forced here for MDI.
Lebrecht reaches in, commits the foul.
That's only the fourth on Caribou as a team. Second on Lebrecht.
2:07 on the clock. Goes through the hands of Carroll. They let it go out of play. And it's going to be Caribou basketball.
Well, in the last 30 seconds of game clock, the Trojans giving the Vikings a couple opportunities.
Savage with it. Lob pass intended for Espling, just a bit too strong.
Well, it was well diagrammed. She was open.
And it looks like head coach Brenton Barker looking for another timeout. We'll step aside also. 39-33, MDI leading back in 60 seconds on WHOU.
Outfit your vehicle for tough jobs with commercial truck body and accessories at Main Equipment in Herman, Maine. At Main Equipment Company, we sell and install truck bodies, lift systems, garbage removal applications, and snow and sand spreading applications. Storage boxes and bed liners is also available. Call us at 207-848-5738. Dump bodies, hook lift hoists, truck bodies, sand and salt spreaders, rubbish packers. The right fit for your truck. The premier company in the state of Maine. Main Equipment Company.
We all know a Aroostook County winter isn't much fun, but it can be with the right equipment. Holton Tire Company at 76 Myrna Street is your boss plow dealer and carries the King of Snow Aaron snowblowers. Full service department with parts in stock. Steelstone Industries in Holton is your location for gravel, salt, sand, paving, and plowing. Groundwork materials of all kinds and equipment to move it. Steelstone Industries is your aggregate supplier. You can visit Steelstone Industries at 154 Steelstone Street in Holton.
Back on WHOU, 39-33 is your score. MDI with the advantage over Caribou. MDI has the basketball. Minute 54 to play. They inbound it to Gray. We'll go back to Alderman. They'll give and go with Olivia Gray. Sophomore, Olivia Gray into the front court. Looking for some help. Finds it in Alderman. Caribou still 2 fouls away from the penalty as they commit the foul here.
Caribou foul. Number 12, Ashlyn Bouchard.
Second on Bouchard.
MDI has had some trouble getting the ball in bounds. Last time it was underneath their basket. They get over the top. Nice look.
Wide open. Carroll will lay it up and in.
No trouble there. Easy bucket.
Final score from Presque Isle. The Wildcats pick up the victory 51-35 over Ellsworth as Bouchard lets it fly from deep here off the mark.
Well, they've had trouble getting the ball to fall from behind the arc here in the second half.
Savage couldn't convert underneath. Now in transition, nice look to Jones. Misfires as it's too strong off the glass. The putback for Swanson doesn't fall either. And goes off of Swanson. It'll be Caribou basketball as they trail by 8.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pass. Hit Jones in stride. Threaded the needle.
Savage gets a screen from Espling, attacks to her right, puts up the runner, and a foul called on Carroll.
Well, she did everything right except for the last split second, brings the arms down, and that's where the foul comes in. Rotated over, established position. Stops the clock. Allows the Vikings a chance to put some points on the board here. Got to capitalize with the free throws.
Savage misses the first. Savage scoreless in the game so far.
And had a lot of opportunities, just unable to get the ball to fall for her. But done a real nice job, though, getting the ball where it needs to be on the floor and getting them set up in the offense.
41-34, Savage makes the second. Backdoor feed, Swanson wide open for the lay-in.
That's what happens when you overplay. Heads up, Rochelle Swanson. Dive into the basket.
They go over to Bouchard for the triple.
Got the first one this half.
Second one. He's got 20 in the game. And a foul on the far sideline.
That's going to go on Selena Savage. Have to get the clock stopped. March the other way and shoot some one-on-one.
It's only the 16 foul.
Okay. We got the bonus sign up there, but it must be for the next one.
So it'll be sideline out of bounds. Caribou still need to commit one more.
And remember,
as they overplay.
Yeah, see if they get him going back door again. Down the floor.
Alderman thought about it. Instead elects to go for the safer pass to Swanson in the backcourt, fouled by Lebrecq. And now it will be 1-1 for Rochelle Swanson.
Make free throws, ice the game. Swanson, the senior starter.
Foul actually went on Ashlyn Bouchard. Swanson is off on the first, gets the miss, and will lay it up and in.
That's a nice follow. Espling trying to tap it, couldn't get both hands on it, and Swanson alertly steps in and lays it in.
There's 10 seconds remaining. MDI is up by 8.
And now you're at the point where don't foul. If you're MDI, let it go.
Savage lays it in, then they inbound it, and that will do it as well. Hold on just a second.
Almost. We got a 10th left.
A 10th on the clock. So MDI is going to pick up the victory.
6 in a row for them. We mentioned lost their road opener up in Holton. Rattled off 6 in a row. Coach Barker talked about how the team gaining more confidence each time they step on the floor.
Now there's some confusion. As they're going to put 1.5. Oh no, the foul was on number 15, Selena Savage. It's her fourth as Alderman makes the first.
I don't know if it was whether it was the Caribou defense or others picked up the scoring in the second half, but Alderman really got to emphasize how important she was in that first half for the Trojans. And she had 16 big first half points.
Final score 47-39. MDI picks up the win. We will take a 2-minute break, come back with our Pat's Pizza post-game show after this on WHOU.
County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock Pellets, and Crumples and Mealworm for your poultry, Entrust Pet Food for your cat or dog, Minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
Don't get flush traded. Get Rick Hannigan Plumbing and Heating to handle all your pipes. Master Plumber Rick is ready to get your pipes back in action. Give Rick a call today at 538-7131 and like him on Facebook.
Scoville Building Supplies may be a little store, but it's a whole lot more. You can find most anything you need at Scoville Building Supplies: plumbing, painting, lumber, windows, or doors. Everything you will need for your construction, remodeling, updating, or building. Call Scoville Building Supplies today at 425-3192.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Pioneer Fiber to the Home is now available in Holton, Sherman, Stacyville, Calais, and Baileyville. Streaming live events in high definition like high school basketball is best viewed with the most stable and fastest connections. Pioneer Broadband delivers state-of-the-art fiber directly into your home to handle all of your most demanding internet needs. Don't get left behind with slower technology. Get the fiber you need. Pioneer Broadband.
Back on WHOU at Caribou High School. Steve Carmichael with Bobby Russell getting set for our Pat's Pizza post-game show. No interview. Our microphone seems to have run out of batteries, so I'll have to pop in a new one after this game. But so big win for MDI, 6-1 on the season now. We've won 6 in a row, and well, it's a big win so far. And Coach Brent Barker, you really can't say enough just how good of a job he's doing as the head coach.
Well, certainly. I mean, we talked about it at the beginning. They graduated 4 seniors out of the starting lineup. Basically, he said it was like 90-95% of what they did last year, and yet they come back with the senior Rochelle Swanson, 4 sophomores in the starting lineup, and are getting the job done. And he talks about the confidence they're building game in and game out, and to travel up here, long bus trip. They sat around for a couple JV games, and they came out hot early. Credit Alderman, the hot start there, but we talked about others picking up the scoring, and in the third quarter, it was others. It was Olivia Gray had 5 points in that quarter. Swanson had 7 in the second half, and Elizabeth Jones had 6 big points late in the game that kept Caribou from being able to make a push.
So some final numbers for you for Caribou, who drops to 2-4. They were led by Ashlyn Bouchard with 20. Paige Espling had 9. Taylor Lebrec with 7, Selena Savage with 3, and Emily Collins with 1. On the other side, for MDI, led by Elena Alderman with 20, 8 apiece from Olivia Gray and Elizabeth Jones, Rochelle Swanson with 7, and Leah Carroll with 4. So that will do it for our first game. Coming up next, we get a first look, Bobby, in person at the defending state champion Caribou Vikings as they'll take on the MDI Trojans. We're back soon on WHOU for the boys game